And this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video number 99. Uh, on the last video, I discussed the better way of uh, doing validation in sanitation. And if you can remember, this is kind of what it looked like. This is not the fault of the thing that I showed you on the last video, but as you can see, we did the token, right? We checked out those things. You know, we did the trim, we did the HTML special characters, right? Because you wanted to check them out, and the preg match. So in this video, I just wanted to kind of explain just a little bit more, Just keep it simple. Yeah, so I just wanted to provide more like more about sanitation and the validation that you need to think of when you're you know building your own thing. So the current steps, right? So we did the trim HTML special characters. Remember that one? It's let's see. Let me show you. Well, we're here. We're doing it here, and then we can actually add this within this. Um, well, I'll show you in a second anyway. So it's excellent for general output safety, right? For the XSS, but a complete solution requires that the input validation, like the data type enforcement and the database level protection, should be done. You can do it like this, of course, definitely, because this is what I want anyway. Because you could do two things at the same. You can even do three things, all within the one line. Uh, let me see. Maybe I should start writing some of this stuff too. Let's see. Um, um, how about if we do here? How about we just write? Let me move this thing out the way. We'll say like here's are the key things oh man here's are the key things that you can do, just like everything we showed you from the last video. You can do, but you can also do it this way too, like to enhance security and data integrity. So let's see what we can do here. So let me see if we can go like, we'll do it. That's what I write. Yes, I did. Okay, so let's say we did like that first one, like the input. Man, I can't. My fingers are not. Validation. This is like checking. I figured that I write it down because maybe I might have missed explaining this on the last video. You can check in the rules, right? But we just do this as a caps. Checking the rules, right? So we could say that the validation, right? We gotta kind of do this. It ensures input matches. The expectation. Like for for the specific. Maybe you should just talk about it, and I'll kind of write it a little bit. Field, right? So, like for the first, like, remember the full name? Let me see. What was it called? Was it called full name? Where are we? Right here. Like all this stuff right here. We'll show you that. Simple first name. Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought this was called the full sign. This is a mistake. supposed to be full name like that. Well, for the full name, right? So what I wanted to you typically want to check for the length. Oh, by the way, you know, because I haven't done it in a while, or maybe I don't know, maybe one of the videos when we talked about length of a field, uh, because we can do a lot of different things to check. Like we we should check for the length of a field. A lot of times is, I mean, 30 characters is kind of good. Database itself, you can go up to 255 for field, so that's no problem there. But inside the length of your input box, you know, like when HTML, the form itself, you might want to control that, so you don't want people putting so much into the thing, and then you have your errors like we showed you before. Let's see, where are we? Like over here, you add stuff to your an array, and it becomes a different. I think I'm going to talk about that. This particular, what is it? This. I'm going to talk about that in another video when it comes. Yeah, about the error, because I should kind of be more clear. So we'll do that. Let me save this here just in case. So we'll do that on the next next video, because it's a good idea to check for the length in the character set too. You know, like the character filtering, which we have done, right? We use stuff like, let me see, filter. Let me see, filter var. Remember that? I think we have it over here. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? We're using the preg match here. The replacement is only because you wanted to replace stuff. So look, oh, we are using length here to check. Didn't I talk about this yesterday? On my last video, I guess I did. Oh, I'm mentioning it now. It's a good idea to check for lengths and stuff like that. And of course, you're going to do this. This is number one. You have to do that. Here we go. It's right here, the fell. And then, of course, you got your little, filter stuff right here. You know, if it's people, 10 people, 30 people, 100 people. In this case, number of people, right? Make sure that it's filter underscore validate in ink. So that always it's kind of like it's a regular expression, right? To ensure that the name only contains that you want are allowed within the that particular variable, like letters, maybe hyphens, spaces, maybe certain foreign characters if you wanted to. I try to avoid those things though. Remember the last I showed you that you can do the trim and then the match a pattern, and you could like we could do what should we do? We want to keep this here so you can. That's okay. You'll figure it out when you go. We could do something like. Let me see. Maybe I should just cut the pieces so I don't have to write it. Yeah. Let's see. We could do the. Yeah. Wait now. We'll do this. You know how you could do all this, right? Let's just put it over here. Let's move that out the way. Remember how you can kind of do this, and which we have been showing you in different things, but you can also do it a different way. You can kind of do it. You can say stuff like, let me write that, or let me see, or you can. All this stuff I'm gonna put in the description anyway, so that way you can have it. You can do, you can, do it like, like this. Like this. Let me see. I should have color coded because I'm using an editor, so I'm not using the other color coded editor thing. It's just a regular editor. Maybe I should. This we're doing text. Maybe I'll. Yeah, you know something. I'll color code it and then I'll put it in the description below. But you can kind of do it like this. See, look, you can say we'll change the name. What the heck? Full name and then you could assign the trim, right? And then you could say HTML, what is this? Special characters. That's special. Maybe I did. Let me see. Here we go. HTML special character. HTML special characters. Yeah, you could kind of go like this, and of course you get the full name field number from the, which is happens to be this right here. You can put it right in there. Just write that down. Right, we can just do this. Just write that down. I don't have to write it up again. So right here we could just say, you know, what is it? $_. This is how you get your information from the input form, right? So that would be, let me see. I'll just put that in there. Is that how I called it? Oh, I did not call it that. It was called, maybe I should just do this. This is what I wanted to put in. Put it in here. And this would be, what was it called? There it goes. This, put it like this. Like that, see? And then you got the semicolon. See, right now it's doing the trim and it's doing the special character. Right here we did, I got the information from the post, which happens to be inside here, see? And we'll talk about this in a bit. And then we do the special character, see? Because I kind of broke it down like one, and then I want to check for the patterns, right? If there's a problem with this thing does not have this pattern, then I want you to put an error here. Right now we're not doing that right now, but see how you got one and then you got two lines. Well, in this case I just put it on one line like this. See, you're getting the stuff, the special character is taking all that craziness and stuff, right? And then you're trimming it. In this case I just wanted to trim it, so you can kind of do this. It's pretty good, right? So you use the, then you can use the filter like for the filter name, right? Because you want to check to sanitize the characters. So in this case, we'll show out a better example. You can kind of do this. You can kind of use a, let me see, we can use, let's put it over here. Say filter _var. Right, filter _var, like to, like sanitize characters. It keeps like the, and then you can say I want just to keep only the, how about if I just write it down here? It keeps only letters. You can keep the spaces. And of course you can keep hyphens. I guess I could hyphens. I can keep ampersand if I wanted to. But let's just keep it like that, right? So it could be written like this. Let's say if you're doing like the full name, so you could just say, oh, let's say if you wanted to change, I normally would go from here to this and then using this in here and then going right back into it. I mean, you could do it like this if you want, but always go back into it. So I would just kind of do this. Excuse me. Or if you don't, if you think it's confusing to you, give it another name. I mean, you can call it, because excuse me, sanitizing. You can kind of do this. Doesn't matter, give it a name. I just like go to the settings. Just make sure that you're using the right one when you're ready to put it into a database. Sorry guys. And full, you can kind of do like this. So then you use the filter, see? The filter bar. And then you can say whatever this is. like that. And then of course you have that little, you know, filter underscore sanitize full special. This is another one which I should explain. Then on the other video I'll do it like that. So you can kind of do it like that. And now what it does is sorry, sanitize characters, then keeps only the letter spaces in the hyphen. But then you validate using the regular expression, because that's what I also use, right? You can do that. So you want to do this, you want to trim, you want to do, you can do it like this if you want it. Do it like this, and then you can say I'm going to trim. You want let me see, use the regular expression, right? Because the regular, let me write it down here. Let me see. I would say that the let me see, validation using a reg. Remember I showed you Rex 101. Go to that website. You can do your regular expression. You get the results right away to see if you're doing it right. I put a video on that already. You see, expression. Let's go reg x like that. That's how it's called. And this, you know, you could allow patterns, right? Because that's what it is, right? You're going to use a pattern. You're going to use this expression thing, and then you're going to put the first one would be the actual pattern and comma, and then the name of the variable that you're going to be using, right? So the pattern, let me put this in the next line. Let me see, I'll tell you what, let me see. So if I went like, well, over here you're seeing that I'm saying if not, but let's say if is, you want to do it a different way. You can kind of say if underscore preg match. The reason why I'm doing this little video, because again, somebody asked me, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not speaking. I don't know. And then you could kind of go like this. Where is the character? This is strange. Like, oh, here it goes. Do this. That means the beginning of it, right? This is the front. I think I have a complete website about regular expression, but I guess I could do it again. So you could say it would do. How would I do it? Normally I would do, let's say A to Z, right? Then I would say A through Z, like that. And then you could say slash. You want the spaces. I prefer this instead. That means a space. Then you could do, I think I'm missing something here. I don't know. Let me see. It doesn't look right. Let me see if I did. I should have used that. Spaces equals to this. Yeah, if you want to use a percent, hyphen, right? Because you want to use it, you want to keep it hyphen. That space is right there. I mean, you can use this like that. Look, as for spaces and then hyphen like that. I normally just put a space there when it does it. So you go like this, and then you say plus, which is the ending part, right? That's always the ending. That's all it means. And then you say the dollar sign, and then you get your little slash, and then that's it. That's the whole expression. First, this is the beginning of it. That's the ending of it right there. Plus means you get anything you could add to it. Then what happens is you go like this, and then you say comma, and then you say whatever the name of the field is. So if you're using this one, just put it right in there like this. And then of course you say semicolon. Don't forget that. I mean, sorry, we're not doing that. We're doing checking. I think it's like this. And then over here you can just put whatever it is that you want, right? Like you can do the let me see, slash the name. When the name is true, right? Then you Oops, why did it do that? Huh. True. Okay. Name is true, then you can say final. You can send it back to the same direction, which I always do, or you can just put it as a separate, you know, variable like this. And then you just take this right here, put it here, and that's it. Go do the job, boom, 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 like this. That this is part of that right there. And if you got an else, of course, you know, you've seen how that works. Oops, you've seen how that works, right? And then you go, if there's a problem, then you say the name is invalid or something like that. Just do it as a, you know, echo. So you can just say something like echo the variable is invalid. Like that. Oh man, guys, sorry man, I'm also sick. You believe that? So over here is when you do all that error handling. So you can just say error handling right there. That's all that, right? You're not. Right here, you can put all that information in here. You know, and remember I was telling you, you could do you can even check to see like the minimum or the, let's say if you want just the minimum equals, let me see, minimum equals the length equals to, let's say, I'm just gonna say 2. Stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Then you say max underscore length underscore equals 50. That. And then you can check, right? You can put this in, right? And then you can check. You can say, oh, if the string, remember how we did that? len, and you go like this. And then what was the name of it again? This guy. Remember? And then you could say, oh, look, is it equal to, I mean, if it's less than the minimum, right? Mi underscore, what was it called? Length. And then you can kind of say, or, this is how it's done. I mean, I've seen you to show you this guys already. I'm just doing this because I mean, I thought I've been doing the right thing, but hey, apparently some people don't like and missing stuff. I guess I'll just keep doing it like that. Then you go like this equals to that. You know, I feel like eating pork rinds, man. I think I'm gonna do that after we're finished with this video. Yeah, I'm sick. I don't know what it is, man. Things are, you know, I stay optimistic about a lot of things. And then right here, look. And this one says the max length, and then right here you can just put all the error handling stuff right here, right? You can just put it over here, and handling, you know, like that. You can put all that stuff in here. You know, you can do specific data type validation too, like for more common form field. I mean, you can use like a specific filters. And which I'm going to show you right now, which I don't understand, because on the last video I think I explained. I'll do it now anyway. I'm not complaining, guys, I'm not complaining. So we can use, of course, the HTML, which I just showed, such for characters like this. So when you're doing like that, it's not enough, so you always got to put in, you know, you got like the data types validation, like which I've been showing you, right? I think I put all this out there. Like, in other words, if you say, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, like that. Email will be equal to, I just do this, okay? filter underscore validation underscore email. Remember you saw this like that, and I'll give you the other ones too. What's the other ones? You can, and then this is the validation when you do validation, right? Let me see. Maybe I go to the last one when we did the emails. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Right here. Look. See, because you're doing the validation. This is validation filter, validation email like that, and then you do this stuff, and of course you go to your emptiness. Check out emptiness. So what we do is you can kind of do it like that. Wait a minute, that's not spelled right. Okay, let's put this validation. No, validate. That's how it's called. And then email. Look, you got the ink, you got the URL. See how it pops up over here? And then you can use, I'm going to add this here, which is more. Or you can use something called filter underscore. It's just to sanitize. Sanitize. Look, you got the URL, you email the string, and this stuff. I'll do like this. See, and there's a bunch of them, right? You got the URLs. I can kind of. I'll tell you what. On the next, on the actual file itself, on the description, I'll make sure I add the URL. That I'll make sure I add the integer. Like this, I'll make sure I do the what is that? The float, right? And the decimal. What? Decimal. So sorry. That's. Why is it on my hand? Decimal. And let me see. If I did, let me see right here. Filter underscore URL right here. No, that's sanitize. Somebody would copy this, so we'll say validation right here. Oop. Listen, something has come up and I have to cut this video short. I will get back to you on the next video. I'll add whatever it is that I need to do, but the next time, have a good night.